Hey there. Today I'm going to share some really effective methods to help you break free from that feeling of daily unfulfillment and create a life that actually feels meaningful and satisfying. If you've been feeling like something's missing, you're definitely not alone, and I'm excited to show you some simple solutions that can make a real difference. Are you struggling with things like this? You wake up in the morning and immediately feel like you're just going through the motions. You check off your to-do list, meet your obligations, go to work, come home, but at the end of the day there's this persistent emptiness that you can't quite shake. You lie in bed wondering why nothing feels satisfying even though you're doing everything you're supposed to do. Maybe you scroll through social media seeing other people living exciting lives while yours feels flat and unremarkable. Many people have these same concerns, and I want you to know that this feeling doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It's actually a signal that your life needs some intentional adjustments, and the good news is that small, practical changes can create big shifts in how fulfilled you feel every single day. Let me explain why this happens to so many people. The first reason is that most of us are living in what researchers call direction without destination. You're caught up in the daily rush, doing what's expected without ever really thinking about where you're headed or what actually matters to you. You're moving fast but not necessarily moving forward in a meaningful way. It's like being on a treadmill, working hard but staying in the same place emotionally and spiritually. The second major cause is values misalignment. Your daily actions don't reflect your core values, and this creates a persistent disconnect between what you do and what you genuinely care about. For example, if connection is one of your core values but you spend most of your day alone staring at screens, that misalignment creates unfulfillment. Or if creativity matters deeply to you but your days are filled with repetitive tasks with no room for expression, you'll feel that emptiness growing. The third reason is lack of intentionality. Your days blur together without conscious choices about how you spend your time and energy. You're living passively, letting circumstances and other people's expectations dictate your schedule, rather than actively designing a life that resonates with who you are and what you value. But here's what's important to understand. This problem is absolutely solvable. You don't need to quit your job, move to another country, or make dramatic changes. You just need some practical daily actions that align your life with what truly matters to you. Now let me share the specific methods that can transform your daily experience. The first method is the morning gratitude practice, and I can't emphasize enough how powerful this simple technique is. Here's exactly what you do. Set your alarm just 5 minutes earlier than usual. I know, you might be thinking 5 minutes of sleep matters, but trust me, this 5 minutes will give you more energy than those extra minutes of sleep ever could. Before you check your phone, before you start thinking about your to-do list, before you do anything else, write down 3 specific things you're grateful for. Now here's the key. Don't just list generic things like family, health, or a roof over your head. Be specific. Instead of writing my family, write something like my partner made me laugh yesterday when they told that silly joke at dinner, or my child hugged me unexpectedly this morning. Instead of health, write I'm grateful my body let me take that walk yesterday and I felt the sunshine on my face. The specificity is what makes this practice powerful because it trains your brain to notice the actual moments that make life meaningful. After you write your 3 things, take a moment to read yesterday's entry. This helps you see patterns and progress over time. You'll start noticing what consistently brings you joy, and you can intentionally create more of those experiences. Scientific research has shown that people who practice this consistently for just 1 week notice increased awareness of positive moments throughout their day. After 1 month, studies show this practice can significantly shift your baseline happiness level and reduce feelings of emptiness. The key is consistency over perfection. Even on really hard days when everything seems terrible, challenge yourself to find 3 small things. Maybe it's just that your coffee was hot, or that you have a comfortable bed, or that the sun came up. Those count too. The second method is values identification and alignment, and this might be the most transformative practice you can do. Here's how it works. Set aside 30 minutes of quiet time. Grab a pen and paper, sit somewhere comfortable, and really think about your core values. These are the principles and qualities that matter most to you in life. Examples might include creativity, connection, growth, adventure, service, authenticity, freedom, or security. Write down your top 5 values. These should be things that resonate deeply with you personally, not what you think you should value or what your parents or society told you to value. Once you have your 5 core values written down, here comes the revealing part. Rate how well your current daily activities align with each value on a scale of 1 to 10. Be honest. If adventure is one of your values but you do the exact same thing every single day, that's probably a 2 or 3. If connection matters but you barely have meaningful conversations, rate it accurately. This exercise often reveals why you're feeling unfulfilled. You're living a life that doesn't match what you actually care about. Now for each value, identify one small action you can take this week to honor that value. And I mean small. If adventure is your value, you don't need to book a trip to another country. Just try a new route to work, order something different at your usual restaurant, or explore a part of your neighborhood you've never walked through. If creativity is your value, spend 15 minutes doodling, rearranging furniture in one room, or trying a new recipe. The actions don't have to be big to be meaningful. Schedule these actions in your calendar like actual appointments. Treat them as non-negotiable commitments to yourself. Then each evening, do a quick check-in. Which values did you honor today? Don't judge yourself if you didn't hit all of them. Just notice the pattern. Research shows that within 1 week of this practice, people feel more intentional about their choices. After 1 month, living in alignment with your values creates a solid foundation for long-term fulfillment and dramatically reduces that sense of drifting aimlessly through life. The third method is creating mindful transition rituals, and this one is so simple but incredibly effective. Think about your typical day. It probably involves several major transitions. You wake up, you start work, you finish work, you go to bed. Most of us barrel through these transitions on autopilot, letting one part of the day bleed into the next without any conscious awareness. This creates that feeling of time just disappearing and days becoming a blur. Here's what you do instead. Identify your daily transitions, then create a simple 2-minute ritual for each one. These rituals should be sensory-based and present-focused. For example, before you open your laptop to start work, take 3 deep breaths while looking out a window. Really pay attention to the sensation of breathing, the movement of your chest, the feeling of air entering and leaving your body. Before bed, do a 1-minute body scan lying down, noticing sensations from your toes to your head without trying to change anything. The magic of these rituals is that they pull you out of autopilot mode and into the present moment. They create tiny pockets of awareness throughout your day where you're actually living your life instead of just going through it unconsciously. Keep your rituals simple. The goal is presence, not performance. If you miss a transition ritual, don't beat yourself up. Just catch the next one. People who practice this for 1 week report experiencing much more awareness throughout their day. They notice things they used to miss, like the taste of their food, the feeling of water in the shower, or the expression on a coworker's face. After 1 month, these moments of mindfulness accumulate to create a profound sense of actually living fully rather than just existing. Let me summarize the key points we discussed today. First, start with a 5-minute gratitude practice every morning, being specific about what you appreciate. Second, identify your core values and align your daily actions with what truly matters to you. Third, create mindful transition rituals between major parts of your day to stay present. Fourth, set clear boundaries to protect time for what's meaningful rather than letting others' demands fill every moment. Fifth, focus on the direction you're moving in rather than fixating on some perfect destination. And sixth, remember that small consistent steps forward are more powerful than occasional big dramatic changes. The most important thing is to start somewhere. After watching this video, please try just one of these practices. Maybe it's the morning gratitude, maybe it's identifying your values, maybe it's creating one transition ritual. Pick whichever one resonates most with you and commit to trying it for just 1 week. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes a day, so you can start right now, today. You might feel changes within a week, and definitely within a month if you stay consistent. Remember, it's completely okay if your practice isn't perfect at first. Maybe you forget some days or do it differently than I described. That's totally fine. What matters is showing up and trying again. Continuing little by little is what creates lasting transformation. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. These small, practical actions are what add up to a deeply fulfilling life over time. If today's content was helpful to you, please hit the like button. It really helps other people who are feeling unfulfilled find this video. If you want to know more practical solutions for creating a better life, please subscribe to the channel. I share new methods every week for solving common problems and living with more intention and joy. Let's solve problems together and build lives that truly matter. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm rooting for you.